Sir, ma'am, I got the verification code. I'll be back in 2 minutes, ma'am. Once I'll see the settings in the YouTube, I think we're live now.
Yeah.
We can start the session, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Mute everyone.
Okay, mute on. Yes. Okay. Okay, sir. Okay, students. Thanks for the time. What we were discussing yesterday, we were discussing about the types of data, right? Where we discussed what type of data we have. We have quantitative data, qualitative data. We further saw the types of the quantitative data. For types of the qualitative data, we saw what is that Neuer, that is nominal, ordinal, discrete, continuous. We saw what is nominal data is. Nominal data basically talks about the names, which means it can only be given name. It can be grouped only through that names. That names technically we'll call as labels. Then we have one more step ahead, that is ordinal data. In ordinal data, what we can do, we can give the names as well as we can order it. The data, we can order it. Say, for example, small, medium, large, like that. Then we have something called quantitative data. Quantitative data is something which talks about the numbers, which means we can do the arithmetic operations, we can do mathematical operations. That is what the quantitative data talks about. Now we also learned what is big data is. Vandana ma'am, students are waiting in the waiting room, ma'am. Hello, my voice is audible, right, guys?
Yes, ma'am. You need to allow them, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Can you click on any other name and see? Yeah, now I'm co-host. I can do that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes. Okay, guys. We saw about the big data. Also, we know what is a big data is. Big data is basically a large amount of data which cannot be handled by small devices like Excel, MySQL, like that. And we also saw how much data we are generating every day. We saw what are the types of the big data. There is basically 3 types of data, that is structured data, unstructured data, semi-structured data. The structured data which will have a proper format, unstructured data which will not have a proper format, which is very difficult to handle, which is very difficult to give the security. There is something called a semi-structured data, which is in between the structured data and unstructured data. Like it will have some format, need not to be in the proper format. We also saw what are the advantage of structured data over the unstructured data. Now we'll talk about the data science. Okay, what is data science? Before answering this question, I would like to clarify you about what is the difference between data science and the data analyst. What is difference between what are the characteristics of data science and what are the characteristics of data analytics? Okay, now with an example, guys. For example, see, say one XYZ company. Okay, that XYZ company will come and ask to the they have two category of employees. Say, for example, employee A and employee B. Okay. Now this XYZ company owner will come and ask to the employee A, saying that my particular product is there is one particular product, I'm not able to sell it. So now what that particular person A will do, he will find out, he will go, he'll do the analysis, he will find out why that particular product is not able to sell to the customer, why there is a loss, all those things. He will collect the data, he will analyze it, he will come out with the report, and he will show maybe because of this, this product we are not able to sell. Okay, and the same owner will come to the person P and he'll ask to that person, I'm running this business from past 10 years. Okay, now I want something new. That new thing should be different from all other my competitors. So what that person B will do, will go, he will analyze, he will take out all the 10 years data, He will check the patterns, what kind of data they are using, what is their profit rate, why they are going loss, everything he will analyze, he will research, then he'll come up with the idea. So now this point, I hope this is understood.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Hello, ma'am. This topic is completed, ma'am.
This topic is completed.
Yes, ma'am. This is
Okay.
also completed, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you. This one?
This is also completed, ma'am.
Okay. Can anybody say, okay, fine. Fine. I hope we have to start with the application data analyst.
Ma'am, data science, ma'am. Process of data science.
Process of data science. Okay. Okay, guys. Thanks for confirming that. Okay, so before that also, I want to give a clarity about what is data science and what is data analyst, okay? With a real world example, I'll say. Take the example of Amazon, okay? The big e-commerce company, right? Big business. Now, everybody know what Amazon is. Now, everybody know how Amazon works. See, Amazon is having both data scientists and both analysts in their company, okay? So of course they both are used to what develop the company. They both are used to bring out the profit, how they'll bring out the solution to increase the profit. Now what data analyst will do in that particular company, now what data scientist will do in that particular company, you have to get this difference. Then only you can know which, like what is the role of the data scientist, what is the role of a data analyst. Say when I have to continue with my example called Amazon, now what that person will do, or data analyst will do, he will only concentrate about the thing why particular product is not one. We can say like we might have done this, right? We will had so many things in the cart and we'll end up buying very few. Why this is happening? We will see so many, we will browse through so many products, but we will select only few products in that. We will go to all the categories and we will stick on to one particular product. See, all those data they will have, right? Now what data analyst will do, based on your interest, he will try to come up with the insights that will give it to the particular customer. That particular products only will be recommended to the customer. That particular job, that particular thing is a job of the analyst. So basically what he will do, he will also go through the data, he will also do the analysis, he will come up with the insights which will show you, which will give the reports how to improve the business. Now what the data scientist will do in the same company, say for example, that owner will come and ask the data scientist, see, I want something new which is different, which makes our company different from the other companies, other e-commerce companies like Flipkart, any other companies. So what data scientist will do, the name scientist means research, right? Analyst means analyzing. So research, data scientist will do the research. He will take out all the 10 years data. Say, for example, Amazon is working from 15 years. He will take out all the records. He will come up with a solution. Say, for example, recommendation engines. That is a big thing which is happening in the business world. He will come up with something called as recommendation engines. He will say, there is something called as recommendation engines. If you apply that into your business, definitely you will be able to make more profit. Now, what that data scientist will do, he will use all his techniques, all his algorithms, all his programming skills, statistical skills. He will develop a machine. He'll use a machine, lot of machine learning expertise should be there. Programming expertise should be there. Algorithms, you should know all the algorithms. You should know what are the models are available. So he'll come up with that particular model. He will introduce it. Okay, that is a work of the data scientist. Where it comes to the data analyst, he will collect the data. He will work on how this product can be sold in particular city. He will analyze the data and he will come to the point what products are mostly liked by the people in particular city. That is a job of the data analyst and that is a job of a data scientist. Now you can decide, if you want to be a data scientist, you should have the strong programming knowledge, strong statistical knowledge, and strong mathematical skills. and communication skills. When it comes to analyst, same thing they're also doing, but you need not to have that much what the potential on the programming, that potential knowledge on the programming, that much statistical skills. So that is a basic difference between the data analyst and the data scientist. Okay, so I hope this is clear. All these steps what you're seeing now in the data scientist, it will be repeated by the data analyst also, but the data, the size of the data they deal with, that
Ma'am,
matters.
sorry for the interrupt. Can I ask you one question?
Yes.
Ma'am, if we are not that much good at maths, can't we become data analyst?
You can become the data analyst. That's what I'm telling. The intensity of the job role. The intensity of the job role. See, there is something called as at the end of the classroom. Can I answer this question at the end of the class, please?
Yeah,
Not
sure,
to
ma'am.
disturb the flow.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah,
you so
sure,
much.
sure.
Thank you so much. Huh? Okay. Next, we'll see the applications of data scientist. I hope this we have not seen yesterday. Yes. Okay. The applications of data scientists. Now, where and all we can apply the data scientists, guys? In next 5 years, data science will take over all the industries. Okay. Now we'll see very few applications. What I have mentioned here is very few applications. Now, see image recognition. Image recognition means you might have seen right now for the security in your phone, or if you've gone to some digital platform, it will ask for your image as a recognition. Okay, in your phone you will give the password as your fingerprint, right? Sometime it will ask for your image also. That is something called as image recognition. Okay, so what it will do, it will take the picture of your face, it will convert that into a digital data that will be stored in a model, that will be stored in your device, and whenever you try to unlock your device, it will go and ask for the image recognition. That is the application, that is one of the application of data science. Speech recognition, again, see, we have Alexa, right? We have Google. In Google also we can speak out, right? It will convert that sound in the form of text, it will understand that, it will give you the answer. That is speech recognition. That is also one of the application of data science. Okay, see, nowadays in your messages also, you can, instead of typing, you can talk. That will be recorded and it will be sent. Speech recognition. The device are, that machine learning devices are developed so well, they have designed the machines, they have trained the machines so well that they can understand our speech, they can convert that into a data, they can store it. Internet search. See, Google also, whenever you go and search something, it will give the result which is related to your query and which is belongs to your interest, right? Say for example, if you're searching something in the Google, say for example, I am searching something in the Google, it will give the data which is related to data science, because I will be searching about this data science more often. When my friend is searching something, they will get the information which is liked by them. So that is internet search. Data science, they will analyze it. Based on the analysis, they will come out with the results. Okay, digital advertisements. So you might have seen this advertisement, guys, whenever you browse something, or whenever you are whenever you are watching some YouTube videos, you will get this advertisement, and that advertisement, no, it will be completely based on your interest. So that is also application of data scientist. Okay, so they will analyze your data. You might have left your footprints, right? Whenever you go through the websites, whenever you search something, you will leave your footprints everywhere. You will consume the data, you will also generate the data, right? Based on that analysis, based on that thing, that recommendation will be given to you. Price comparison, recommendation systems, we all know Amazon, YouTube, Facebook, recommendation, products will be recommended to you. So that is the biggest application now. Now, everybody please mute yourself. Price comparison. There is a guys, you can search in the Google. There is a app. You can even install it, or you can go and search. There is something called as a pricey.com website. It will give all the electronics goods price comparison. What it is, you don't have to do anything. You just go log into that particular website. You can compare the price of any product, any electronic product. It can be a phone, it can be refrigerator, dishwasher, anything. What it does, it will collect the data from all the websites. It will make the comparison. That particular model is trained in such a way that it will compare everything, and it will come up with the best answer, best report based on your requirement. So for example, if you want to buy some product that should be long lasting, it should have good features, and it should be less in the price also. So all this based on your requirements, what this particular site will do, it will show the it will recommend you the particular product which will meet all your needs. So price comparison websites, gaming. Now, see guys, this is becoming next what now, data analyst and data science everywhere. Now in the future days, gaming will become the biggest career opportunity, because people like to play the games online. So this gaming industry also, they are using this machine learning techniques, these data science, to bring out the new possibilities, bring out the new things into the world, gaming world. Then if somebody is interested in playing the online games, they will know what is the intensity, what is the interest people will have in playing the games. And I'm sure in next 5 years, this is going to be the big buzz in the market. Next to delivery logistics. Now everywhere people cannot go out. They want the product to be delivered to their doorsteps. Now logistics also making a business, very good business in the industry. Now data science, what this logistics will do, they will use the data science. They will find out the best to possible way, how to reach the customer soon, how to reach the customer on time. That analysis they'll do. And the more about the customer satisfaction, right? If customer is satisfied, again they'll get a business. That's the logic. Okay. Fraud and risk detection, very important in the field of banking. Okay. See, for example, somebody is using the credit card in India. Okay. The same number somebody is using in America in next half an hour. That is not possible, right? So fraud detection, how it will notify you if somebody is else you're using your banking details. It will notify you. It will remind you. It will ask for the password. That is data science. So data science is playing a major role in a fraud and risk detection. In turn, it is reducing the crime. Okay, so these are the some of the applications of data scientist, but data science is everywhere, guys. Now let's move on to the next slide. Now, data analytics. As I told you, analyzing data. Data scientist researching the data. Research means huge amount. Data analyst, not so huge, but what they will do, they will analyze it. They will collect the data. They will analyze it. They will find out the report. What is the source of that data analyst? That may be a MySQL, that may be MongoDB. That is something, that's a tool. That is also a tool, guys. There are so many tools which we'll learn in the next session. There are so many tools which will basically store the data. Okay, MySQL, it will store the data in structured data only, but it is limited, guys. We cannot store a large amount of data in MySQL, but actually this is not the definition of data analytics. So now what is data analytics is, it will take out the data which is stored and kept. Okay, that data will be analyzed using various analyzing techniques. Okay, that you will learn in the next slide. Okay, it will analyze and it will come out with the useful insights, reports. Okay, as I told you, they will work with the data which is already been collected by somebody. Okay, which is already been collected by somebody and stored in these kind of databases. Okay, simply that based on the requirement, based on the problem statement, they will collect the data, they will analyze it, they will use lot of techniques. Here, as I told you, you don't have to do, you're not building the machines, guys. You're not building the machines. You don't need, you don't have to have machine learning skills. You don't have a strong statistical skills. You don't need to have mathematical skills. Already data is there, it is kept somewhere. What skill you should have, you should know right kind of a data. Not all data which are collected are useful to your problem statement. You should know what type of data you should be collected. Then you should know what kind of the analysis we have to do. Okay, what type of analysis we have to do. For that, you should know what type of data you are collecting. Then once analysis is done, then you will show that report to the client stakeholder. So this is what simply the data analytics is: collecting, analyzing it, reporting it. Okay. Next, we'll see what are the skills which are required to become the data analytics. If you might have attended my orientation class, this is the same thing, guys. We require two types of skills. One is technical skills and leadership skills. What are the technical skills we required? SQL we required, that we are going to learn. Python we required, that you are going to learn. Excel, yes, we are going to learn. Tableau, yes, we are going to learn in this series. Mathematical and statistical skills. We have something called statistics in the coming chapters, guys. We will learn all those things. Then leadership skills, guys. Why leadership skills? Because once you generate the report, you will turn that report in nicely, you will represent that report in some chats. You have to explain that to somebody. Okay, for that you require that leadership skills. And while analyzing the data, while processing the data, you have to take the decision, this particular type of analysis only I have to make with this particular data. That decision making, problem solving task, you should know. All those will come with the experience, guys. Okay, so these are the skills which are required to become the data analyst. Okay, now we'll see the applications of data analytics. As I told you, this data analytics, this data science, it is taking over all the industries. To name some, healthcare industry. Now, how it is benefiting the healthcare industry? Based on the analysis. Okay, based on the analysis, we can able to predict what's going to be, what's going to happen in the future thing. Okay, in future, what going to happen in future, that we are able to predict. Government sectors, see, based on the previous year data, this data analyst can give the report to the government sector like this will happen in the future. See, in 2019, 2020, because of the pandemic, everything went wrong, right? So what this data analytics analyst will do, they will take that data, they will give some reports, they will give some solutions to not to repeat all those losses. They'll come up with the new ideas. That way, they are helping the government sectors. In turns, it can increase the economy, right? It can overcome those losses. Education industry, see, in education industry also, this data analysis is playing a big role. Say for example, based on the student data, okay, we can analyze the performance. Okay, if that particular performance, because student means performance only, ultimately we are concentrating on performance, right? So we can collect the student data, past performance we can collect, we can come to the conclusion why the performance is low, or maybe why the performance was high, and what can be done. That all those things and that analysis we can do based on the previous data, right? So like that, education industry also is going to be benefited for by the data analytics. Media and entertainment, right? To make the money, okay, to make to grow the business, recommendations, all these recommendations, all these are helping. Now, what are those? These are data analytics only, right? Based on the customer data, based on their interest, they are providing, they are working in such a way that people will help, where people will take the maximum, what is that, people will utilize their things maximum. Weather patterns, see, these weather patterns, they are because of this weather patterns, this airline industry, right, they are getting more benefited. They can now notify why the flight is delayed. They can now notify when the flight can be started, but they can predict in 2 3 days, before 2 3 days only they can predict the weather conditions. So based on the weather condition they can plan their flights. So like that it is helping the airline industry. Transport industries, as I told you, logistic, okay. Transport industries, they're also taking the data analytics. They can predict the best route, they can predict the best timings for the customers. So if they're starting their journey from source to destination, based on this data analytics, they can track the customers, which customer is traveling every year, which customer is traveling, which place customer, all the people are interested in. All those things they are able to track using the data analytics. Banking sector, as I told you, fraudulent activities. See, if somebody is trying to use our credit card, you'll get a notification. All those things, how it is happening? Because of this data analytics, right? So, data analytics, how they are working in the banking sector means based on the transaction, okay, based on the transaction of a customer, all the information they'll get, right? If you have to do some transaction online, definitely you have to fill in some data of yours, okay. So where that data, why they're collecting that data? After collecting that data, they'll work on it, they'll analyze it, they'll come up with the new ideas, right? They'll come up with the, they may offer you some loans, they may offer you some credit card, they may extend your credit card limit. Like that they are growing their business in the banking sector. Marketing, of course, guys, based on the data, based on the interest of the people, people are doing marketing. Their people are marketing their business. In fact, they are growing their business. And business insights also. So based on the data analytics, they will catch the customers, they will sell their products. In turns, they are increasing their productivity. So these are the applications of data analytics. Okay. Now I'm sure whenever you do something, whenever you purchase something, if somebody is trying to take your data, you may be able to analyze that, okay, they are collecting data. In turns, they want their business to be grown. Like that you can analyze, you can start thinking like a data analyst, guys. I hope. Next, we'll see the process of data analysis. Now, how data analyst will work, how the day of the data analyst will be, how data analyst will spend his day in a project. Okay. Now, as I told you, data analysis, data scientist, I'm sure you can differentiate data scientist and data analyst now. These processes are very much similar to data science, guys. Okay, whatever data sciences scientists are doing, data analysts also doing. We'll see one by one. The first thing is business understanding, guys. Business understanding. Everybody will think like, as I told you, data collection is a first step. No, business understanding is a first step. Okay, if I take the example of that Amazon thing only, first, if the person is going and asking the data analyst why this product is not, why this product we are not able to sell from so many days, if we give that problem statement to the data analyst, that is a problem statement. Now, data analyst, he wants to give the solution to that particular problem. So now what he'll do, he'll go understand the business first. He'll ask so many questions regarding that particular problem. He'll try to collect all the data which is related to that particular product. When it was released, why we are not able to sell that product, why people are not able to buy that, why people are not interested in that product, which product are performing low, why it is performing low, how to improve the skills, everything, how to speed up the production, everything. He will try to collect the data first. Then once the data is collected regarding that particular problem statement, then it come to the data acquisition. Now, what is that data acquisition? That's where the collection of the proper data. Okay, which means in a databases we have tons of data, we have so much of data. It is the ability of the data analyst, it is a job of the data analyst to collect the proper data, okay, related to that particular problem statement. Say, for example, if a problem statement is regarding one particular product, means one electronic product like mobile phone, okay, he has to collect the data which is related to only phones, only mobile phones. He need not to collect the data which is related to any other electronic goods. That is data acquisition, collecting the proper data from the databases. That is a data acquisition. And guys, the most of the time will be spent in this particular step only. Okay, once the data is collected, we will go to the next step. We'll go to the next step, that is data wrangling. Now, what is wrangling? Once data is collected, again, it will be huge in size. Okay, it will be in unstructured form. It will not be, it's not like every time you'll go and collect the data, you'll get properly, nicely formatted, structured data. You'll get nothing like that. You will always get the unstructured data only. Okay, 100% you'll get the unstructured data only. You will never get the structured data to work with. Now that unstructured data and a big data, you have to collect it. You have collected from the sources. Now you have to clean it, and you have to convert that unstructured data into the structured format. Then only you can go for the next step. Okay, that is data wrangling, guys. Now, what is data wrangling? It is basically cleaning that data, preparing that data for the next step. Okay, now in this process, what they will do, it's also a time consuming. Okay, 60 to 70% of time will be consumed in this. Now, what after the after the data wrangling, which means after the data is cleaned properly, now it is ready for the exploratory data analysis. As I told you, this step is very much important, without which whatever the reports he'll present, that won't be maybe data analyst won't be able to convince that particular report to the client stakeholder. So this particular step, exploratory data analysis, that is EDA, is very much important. Okay, so guys, when you learn the statistics now, during the data wrangling, we will have a lot of missing data, unordered data, duplicate data. All those things will be deleted. Okay, so how they will delete? They will replace that data with some other data. Maybe mean, median, mode, use. They will use all the statistical skills to fill in those data. So because if they have to go for this next step, that is exploratory data analysis, the data should be clean and neat. It should be sufficient. That the data should be in the proper format. So that's why the data wrangling involves the maximum time. It requires the maximum time of the data analysis. So in exploratory data analysis, what they'll do, of course, they will have a clean and neat data. They will use the software called as Panda, not software, programming language called Panda. As I told you, that Pandas will have so many libraries. Using these libraries, these programming skills, what they'll do, they will explore the things. They will come up with a solution which says which model has to be applied to this particular data in order to generate the reports. So the major part, that is exploratory data analysis, is a major part which will give the conclusion to the data analyst to select the particular model. Okay, at the end of this data exploratory data analysis, this data analyst will come to the conclusion that which model is going to be selected. Okay, once that decision is done, you'll go to the next step, that is model selection. You will select the model. He will train it. He'll train he will apply that techniques to the particular data. He will train it. Okay, then after training the model, it will go for the testing. Okay, it will be tested. See, there is something called as pre-production. I hope this pre-production is new to you. I hope you are writing down that pre-production thing. Okay, once model is selected, it will not be delivered to the customer or client stakeholder. It will be first tested. Okay, a sample of which will be tested. Okay, if that test will get accurate things, accurate performance, if it is performing properly, then only they will present the result to the stakeholder. Okay, if something goes wrong with that sample test, if that is not meeting the company requirements, if it is performing low, then again they have to go to the step one. Again they have to go back, they have to understand the things. Again they have to acquire the data, they have to clean it, they have to do exploratory data analysis. Okay, now I hope you're understanding what is the importance of this exploratory data analysis and model building. Now once that sample is tested, everything is done, performance is good, we have to present that data. Now, in order to present that data, whatever you're presenting, it should be understandable by everybody. Okay, not only the technical person, not only the domain expert, it has to be understandable by everybody, because in fact, these results are going to be given to this. After all these things are going to grab the customers, right? And who are the customers? The normal person. So everything should be understandable by the layman language. Everything should be in the normal what is user friendly. So this presentation should be in the such a way that can be understandable by everybody, and this is how the process of data analyst will work. Okay, so I hope this is clear by everybody. Let's go to the next topic, that is type of analysis. I don't know, guys, in exploratory data analysis, we will do the analysis of data. So what are the types of analysis can be done on particular data, that we are going to learn here in this types of data analysis. Okay, so that data analysis, once again, guys. Vandana ma'am. Vandana ma'am, am I audible no, guys?
Nalini. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, session is recording no, ma'am, because I'm not able to see that.
Yes, it's
I have made the full screen.
Yes, it's recording.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thanks for confirming. Guys, now we'll see the last topic of this particular session, that is types of data analytics. Please give attention to this part, because in the next session also we're going to discuss the same thing. I may ask one of you to come on here and explain the things. Okay? I'm repeating again. This same thing we're going to see in the next session also. When we talk about the big data, that there also we have the same data types. I can ask somebody, I can choose randomly somebody, and I may ask you to come and explain. Okay, so give attention, guys. It is very simple. Types of data analysis. In exploratory data analysis, this particular part, in exploratory data analysis, we are doing data analysis, right? So what are the data analysis? What kind of a data analysis we are doing, that we are seeing here? So basically there are 4 types of data analysis. One is descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, perception. So we'll see one after the other. The first thing, descriptive analysis. Okay, description. The name itself is defining, guys. Description. What does descriptive data analysis means? You have to remember one keyword, that is what. Okay, so description, it always tells what happened. Okay, what happened means, obviously it is talking about the past, right? Past, it talks about the past. It gives the answer for the question, what happened. So basically it says what happened in the past, why the business was low. So this can be done. How we can collect we can collect the historical data, which means the previous data we can collect, and we can give the answer for this question, right? What happened in the past, why business was low, why we were not able to sell this product in the particular area, why the production why the sales are down in this particular thing. So this particular analysis will give the answer for the question, what happened, which means it will give the past. It will talk about the past experience. It will take the past data, and it will give a report what happened in the previous thing. So that is descriptive analysis. So basically description, it will give the description about what happened in the previous thing. Okay, so the keyword, the takeaway you have to do it here is descriptive analysis means what. It will explain you what happened. So what it does, it will use matrices and statistics. statistical skills here, and it will come to the end and it will give the report saying because of this only the production was less, this because of this only the sales was less. It will come to the conclusion. So I hope this descriptive analytics is clear. Next we'll go to the diagnostic analysis. Now that we know what is descriptive analysis, what happened in the previous, now we have to answer the question, why did it happen? Correct? Now we know what happened. We have to understand why did it happen. So to get the answer for that question, diagnostic analysis is a best thing. Okay. Now what this diagnostic analysis will tell, based on this descriptive analysis, it will come to the conclusion, it will give you the answer for the question, why does it happen? Okay. So there is something called as regression analysis. That is one type of analysis which is made on the data. Regression analysis that will be used here in this particular diagnostic analysis to come up with the results. Okay. So now we have done with the two types of analytics, that is descriptive analytics, which says what happened, diagnostic analysis, which says why did it happen. Then come to the third thing, that is predictive analysis. It will tell you what will happen in the future. Prediction, when turns it is a future, right? Future. It will collect all the previous data. It will analyze it. It will give you the solution, what will happen. It will give the prediction, what will happen. Say, for example, weather. Okay. So what happened? It will collect the data, previous data. It will describe in the description and action, it will collect the data, it will find out what happened, then it will go to the diagnostic analytic, it will find out why did it happen, then based on that data it will do the prediction and a predictive analysis, it will come up with the result, what will happen in the future. Okay, that is predictive analysis. As the name itself, it indicating it is predicting the future. Okay. Now, once we have done what here in predictive analytics, we are using the machine learning techniques. Okay, so here we are using something called as regression analysis, and here we are using a mathematical and statistical skills. Okay, in descriptive analysis we're using math and stat skills. In diagnostic analysis we're using analytical skills like regression analysis. In predictive analytics we are using machine learning knowledge. And finally, how we can come up with a solution, which means prescription. Admit now, Akila. Okay. How we can make it happen, which means prescription, how to avoid that particular problem. That prescription, that solution we will get in the prescriptive analytics. I hope this is clear. Guys, as you can see this graph, as the graph is going forward, the intensity, the difficulty also will grow. Description, we can easily take the past data, we can come up with the result. Diagnostic also we can come up with the results. Prediction, which is something we have to work on. There the time goes. Their time consuming, it has to predict the future. Then prescription, providing the final solution. So that is also, as the graph increases, the difficulty also will increase. So this ends the first session of your first chapter. I hope everything is clear. Okay, now guys, there is one small task for you all. Once again. Now, please, you can use your mics. Can anybody read out what it is? Types of big data analytics, right? Tejashree.
Ma'am.
Tejashree is here. Tejashree, please come on here. Okay, this is a big data analytics, and we can see the types of the data analytics here. Okay, the same thing which we learned in the next like previous 5 minutes. So I'm going to ask somebody to explain this. So meanwhile, I have to take the attendance, guys. So when I come back, I can pick somebody from the participants group, and you should be able to answer for this question. So go through your notes, collect the information. I will ask anybody to explain about this types of analytics. I hope this is easy, guys. So please go through, everybody.
Nalini, screen is
Yes,
not
ma'am.
visible now. All that last slide is only seen. Once refresh.
Oh,
There
okay,
we go.
ma'am. New share. Ma'am, now I think it's visible.
Yes, ma.
Okay, guys, this is a task for you. I have to take the attendance. Once I come back with the attendance, I will pick somebody from the participant group. You should be able to answer for this question. Question is very simple. You have to explain what is types of these analytics, which we learned: descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and perception. So be ready with your answers, guys. So you can keep your what is that mic on. As soon as I'll call out your names, please give your attendance. Jeshu ma'am, can you please help me with this? Like,
Yes, ma. What happened?
ma'am, I have to take the attendance of the students now
Okay.
itself. So, yeah. Okay, guys, through your chat window only, I'll mark the attendance there. I hope you know how to log in into the Eduvine platform. Ma'am has shown you. From tomorrow onwards, please log in using the Eduvine platform only. If still anybody have any problem with the login ID and password, please post your queries in the WhatsApp group. Now, can anybody explain me what is the types of data analytics? To forget about this big data analytics, we'll know what we'll come to know what is big data analytics. Now, can anybody explain me what is the types of this data analytics, and what is this particular what exactly this type says? If anybody voluntarily wants to talk, you can talk. Otherwise, I may have to pick somebody.
Good evening, ma'am.
Ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, I'm Maheshwari. I want to
Yes,
explain.
Maheshwari. Yes.
Ma'am, in the big data analytics, we have descriptive, diagnostic, and predictive and prescriptive. So these descriptive analytics explains what was happened in the past. If we take in any business or any organization, this describes what was happened in the past.
Yes.
So in this diagnostic analytics, we analyze why it was happened.
Yes.
And
Yes.
we take some decisions here, like why it was happened, And next, we analyze it and we will take some decisions here in the predictive analytics. Uh, because of that past data, what is going to happen?
Yes.
And in this prescriptive analytics, we'll take some solutions, and we will take decisions about the solutions what we have to take to solve that issue. Like we go through the past data when we got some issues. So for that, we utilizes the past data and we analyze it, and we'll take some decisions based on the data, ma'am.
Exactly. Thank you so much. Thank you so.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. See, it's just like when you go, if you're sick, if you go to a doctor, first what he'll do, he will ask you what happened, right? So based on that thing, he will ask you where you, for example, your stomach is upset. So he will try to collect the previous data, right? He will ask you what happened, where you went, what you had, what was a new thing which you did in the previous days. That is something called as descriptive. He will collect that data and he'll come to the conclusion because this happened based on the previous data. Then after that, what he'll do, he'll diagnose the thing, right? So because of that only he'll come to the conclusion. He'll say because of this only this happened to you. You were sick. He'll come to that kind of conclusion. Next, what he'll do, he will tell you predictive. He'll predict something. You see, if this continues, this can lead to this particular disease. If you continue this thing, this can lead to this particular things. It will predict that, and finally it will prescribe you. The same way the data analytics also, we have a different types of data analytics, and in each and every type, no, we have so many techniques, we have so many algorithms, we have so many things, mathematical, statistical skills, different types of analytical skills. Everything will apply, and will come up with the results. This is about the data analytics, guys. Now, first session only is done. In considering the everybody's time, in respecting everybody's time, I'm ending my session today itself. To here itself. Tomorrow we'll talk about the big data. Okay, so this is actually the thing you have to know properly. If you are entering into the data analytics course, you have to know what is big data. You have to know how to deal with the big data. Okay, that we'll see tomorrow, guys. Now I'm launching the poll. Everybody, please answer this, and you can leave. Once you answer, you can leave. Okay, please answer this and leave, guys.
But if you have any questions, you can ask students.
Yes, yes. If anybody having any question, you can ask now. You can unmute yourself and you can ask. Yes.
Yeah, if we are completely from science background and we know we are not aware of that much, I mean, mathematical skills, can we also can become data analyst?
Data analyst, of course, yes. Yes, may I know who's talking?
This is Anita.
Anita, see here we have been definitely we know what is mean, median, mode. We know what is central spread, what is variance in the statistics, correct?
Yeah.
You might have forgot also, but no problem. Definitely you have learned in your schools, and that basic knowledge will be more than enough for data analysts. So definitely you can be data analyst.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other question, guys?
Yes, ma'am. This is Meghana.
Yes, Meghna.
Ma'am, actually, coming to data science part, there are three things, right? Like the data analyst, data engineer, and data scientist.
Exactly.
Yeah, can I know a bit about data engineer and the scope in the future of data engineer?
Okay, thank you so much for this question. I wanted to answer this during the session only, but the thing you should not get confused with the data engineer, data analyst, data scientist. It's so many things. So I avoided that. Thanks for this question. I will answer this question. Your name?
Meghana, ma'am.
Meghana. See, now we saw the process, no? We saw the process of data scientist and data analyst, no?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell what is the first step?
Analyzing the data. I mean, after collecting the data, we'll be analyzing it.
Correct. So collecting data, you're telling no? You're telling collecting data. We have before analyzing or before data scientists start researching the data, he has to collect the data, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So that data, it can be from various sources. When we saw the big data slides, we saw right from various sources, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, from
Yes, ma'am.
Snapshot, from everywhere we are getting data, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Various sources of data. We can consider now we know those are the various sources of data, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So that source of data, this data analyst and data scientist sitting in their desk, they cannot go and collect, right? They cannot go to the customer and collect the data. They cannot go to this survey things and they cannot collect the data, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
They want something to be kept in the databases, or they want something to be kept in the Hadoop. I was telling something about MongoDB, right? It will
Yeah.
also store the large amount of data. That these data analytics and data scientists, they will collect the data from that particular sources. Okay, so which is already collected by somebody and stored there in the big data source, big tools like Hadoop, MongoDB, Spark. There are so many big tools which will accept all this kind of data. Structured data also they will accept, unstructured they will accept, semi-structured also they'll accept. Okay, from there they will collect the relevant data. But the question is, who is the person who will store that much data? Who is the person who will collect the data from different sources? See, all this Facebook, YouTube are continuous data, right? It is changing each and every second.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
So that data, somebody has to go and collect it, right? Analyze it, collect it, and store it somewhere. So that
Yes.
is a job of data engineer. Okay, so data engineer is somebody who is working hard, Papa. So he will collect the data from so many sources. He will have a warehouse, like you can imagine a warehouse. Okay, there he will have all kind of data. So that is the job role of a data engineer. So basically he'll collect the data from various sources. He will use so many techniques, tools. He will take out the data, he'll store it and keep it. Okay. Now, what this data analyst and data scientist they will do, they will go collect the data from a data engineer and they will use for their project. Now, as I told you, data analyst know. See, if I want to give the simple example, Amazon example only, data scientist he will research and he will take the past history. When they start Amazon, when they started, they were selling only books, and now almost everything they're selling, right?
Yes,
Everything.
ma'am.
Whoever wants, whatever wants, they can go and search it in the Amazon. So how they come to know about all these things? So that where the data scientist is. So recommendation engines, it is a big buzz right now in the market. How that particular tool, data scientists, they will find out something which is new, which is more profitable. They will train their models. They'll come up with these new ideas. Interns, they will for that only they should have the strong skills. But data analysts, what they will do, already recommendation engines are there, already it is developed, already it is kept in the Amazon. What they will do, they will use this recommendation which is ready, which is kept ready. It is trained, it is performing nicely. That model is ready now. Now already it is given to the data analysts. Now what data analysts will do, they will take that, they will target the particular customer, they will show the based on their interest, they will recommend the things to them. So this is a different roles of data engineer, data analyst, and data scientist.
Can I know the future scope of a cloud data engineer, ma'am?
Cloud, data scientist, data analyst, gaming, hacking, everything will have a great future in the future, by a great job opportunity in the future. Why? Because everything is turning into the digital, right? Nowadays,
Yes.
nobody is manually writing anything. See, if you want to update your Aadhaar card, say for example, if you want to download some document, you don't have to go stand in the queue, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Everything you can download from there. So now everything we are converting into digital area. So now now because of that, all these things will have a good future in good job roles in the future. So you don't have to worry. The only thing is you have to upskill yourself. You have to keep learning the things. If some new tool is coming, you have to learn it. So keep upskilling yourself, and definitely you will have a great future.
Ma'am, actually coming to IT side, there are like developers, testers, and data engineers, right? I mean, someone who will be dealing with data. So which, I mean,
Tell me.
yeah, I mean, on the IT side, there are IT and non-IT, right? So
Yes.
for the IT side, it will be like software developers, testers, and the data analyst, scientist, or something related to data science background.
Correct.
So, I mean, which domain may have a huge scope in the future?
All the three domains will have the good scope in the future. Data software developers, they will what they will do, they have to develop the software. See, everything is developed, they cannot sit back and relax, right? They have to come up with the new ideas. And not all the data scientists can do all the things. Like developing the new softwares, developing the new things. Everybody will have a different task. Everybody, they have to work in order to say, for example, in a company, these data scientists, data analysts, these roles are coming now itself. In last 5 years only, all these things are coming. But in previously, this software developers only, they used to develop the apps. They are coming with the new ideas. These data analysts, data scientists, why they came into picture? Because competition has become more now. Everybody are starting up. There is a startup in every small cities. Everybody wants their own companies. There is lot of competition. Because of this competition, and everybody are going to get the skills, because knowledge is you're getting knowledge for free, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowledge is everywhere now. See, if you want some information, you don't have to go stand in the library. If you want to learn something, you don't have to go somewhere. You don't have to go to some training. You just open your laptop, you will Google it, you will get the information, correct? That
Yes.
fast it is now. Everything is becoming very competitive, and everybody are getting the skills. Everybody are learning the skills. Because of that only, in order to compete with this competitive world, these data science and data analysts are coming into existence. Before that, we have software engineers, software testers only, right, for maintaining their apps. So everybody have their own job roles. Everybody have the importance in the company. Without the software engineers, data scientists are nothing. Without the data scientists, they software engineers, no, they cannot go further. They will not know what has to be developed in the next. What is happening in the business. So which apps they have to come up with. That analysis they will not get. So both are important. Both the jobs are important, Divya.
Meghana, ma'am.
Oh, Meghna, sorry. Everything is important, Meghna.
Yeah, okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you,
Anybody
ma'am.
else? Okay, thank you. Everybody else? 54 participants. Everybody are answering for the polls, right, guys? Please answer it. The report will be generated. In that report, your names will be there. I will get to know. This also will be considered as attendance. If I miss somebody in the chat window, I can get your attendance in through this poll, guys. Poll result, guys. So don't miss it. Give your answers in the poll. Then you leave. Once you're done, you can leave. You can leave the session.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Sure. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you all. Thank you. Answer for this poll question. If anybody have any other question, please come on here and ask. If nothing is there, you just answer this poll and you can leave the session, guys. See you tomorrow.
You can end the recording, ma.